Fahrenheit, located at Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania, is one hell of a ride. This is an Intamin, I don't really know what to call it. It's an Intamin whatever, but this is a fantastic ride. It is a great ride at Hershey Park, and it's currently my third favorite coaster there. Right behind right behind Candemonium and right in front of Great Bear. So, in this review, I'll be talking about it, breaking it down, and then giving it a final score at the very end. So, I love this ride. I think this ride is absolutely fantastic. The theme doesn't really make sense. It's themed to the temperature, which doesn't exactly make sense at all, but that doesn't really matter. When going to Hershey Park, just note that this can get one of the longest lines in the park. This and Candemonium probably get the two longest lines in the park, maybe Comet too, but it does get a long line, and it's not the greatest capacity eater out there. So just note that when riding this thing. So, this ride is one of the most unique coasters ever. It almost feels like it could be something like a Gerstlauer Infinity, which it very well could be, but it's built by Intamin, which is weird. So I really just think this ride is really weird, and it's a great fit at Hershey Park with a bunch of other weird rides such as Super Duper Looper, Great Bear, Lightning Racer. There's a lot of weird coasters at Hershey Park, so this one fits in perfectly. It's probably also the best coaster that goes upside down at Hershey Park. I haven't ridden Storm Runner yet, but I'm just going to say that because it's a longer ride, and those inversions on Fahrenheit are fantastic. Fahrenheit also has some really good airtime. It is this one moment that is really strong. Its ejector, it's really great. The station, I actually don't like. It kind of looks weird. It looks old, kind of. It does. I don't know. I just don't really like the station that much that they chose for the coaster. But this ride is also really compact, which means it is really intense, which I love. So now I'm going to break this ride down element by element and telling you guys what I think of each one. So you start off your ride by making a right turn right next to the queue, which is actually really cool if you're waiting in line and you look up and you see the vertical lift hill. So I definitely like what they did there. But you come up and you go up your vertical lift. This is a great vertical lift hill, same as every other vertical lift hill, and it's good. It's also very visually appealing, which I definitely like, but it's definitely good. And then this drop is fantastic. This drop is absolutely fantastic. I love this drop. In the back row, it provides some insane airtime. Also in the front, because it is a Beyond Vertical, so there will be an insane amount of airtime that you get on this drop, which I really love. It's not my favorite drop, but it's one of the best drops out there. No, it's not my favorite Beyond Vertical. It's probably my second or third favorite Beyond Vertical drop out there. Definitely love this drop. But there is one flaw with Fahrenheit, and it is at the bottom of the drop, the restraint tends to come down on your legs. Which personally, I hold it up when I get to like a point where I know it's gonna come down more. But it's not that much of a big deal. But it's not the greatest thing to do after you ride Sky Rush when your legs are hurting already. And then you go on this, and it does hurt a little bit, but not like that much. But it will hurt a lot more if you come off of Sky Rush and go right to this. So just want to point that out. So then you pull up out of your drop, and you go into your Norwegian loop. Already sounds weird. I think this might be the only one in the world, actually. It's basically an Immelman followed by a dive loop. A dive loop followed by an Immelman, sorry. But what's cool about it is when going up, it kind of banks to the right and then flips you to the left, which I really like. It makes like a fake out element, which I definitely like on this ride. It makes it really unique. You go through the Immelman, smooth as always, and it's a really good Immelman. Not the best Immelman, good Immelman. And this is where your restraint will come down. And this is where I hold it up so that I can get that amazing pop of airtime that we're going to be covering later on in the ride. So, you pull out of your dive loop. I keep on saying Immelman before, but it's a dive loop, sorry. And you go into your Immelman, which is still part of the Norwegian loop, which is a really good element. It's like any other Immelman out there. So it's okay. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's not the worst. It's good. It's solid. So you come out of that. Personally, I have to hold the restraint up because the positive G's push it down more here. And you go into a cobra roll. I know what you're all thinking. Cobra rolls are dreadful and they suck. I actually really like cobra rolls. Some of them I don't like, but the one on Fahrenheit is really, really good. It feels very tight, which I definitely like, and it is very intense. I really like it. It's a great 2 inversions, and I definitely like it. So you come out of your cobra roll, and you go down that, and you go into 2 back-to-back corkscrews. These are really whippy, and they go through it really fast, which I definitely love. They are an absolutely amazing moment on this ride, and I really like it. But then, after this, you go into a right turn, followed by my favorite point of the ride. Not all the inversions, this moment is insane. It has some insane ejector airtime. Some of the best ejector that I've ever experienced on a coaster. And I've ridden some great coasters out there. El Toro, Twisted Timbers, Sky Rush in the same park. But this moment is fantastic. It's not as good as Toro, some moments on Toro or Twisted Timbers or Sky Rush. But this moment is fantastic. You will get so much air. And if you're not stapled, it will be absolutely a fantastic element. I can't stress this enough. It is fantastic, this one element. I really love this element. But after that, you go into a left turn, followed by the pop into the brake run, which does actually provide pretty good air time. Not great, but pretty good air, especially in the back row. And that concludes your ride on Fahrenheit. So, key takeaways from this is 1, it's an amazing ride. But 2, this is going to sound weird. If you've never ridden this, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. But if you have, you are. Basically, in front row, there is this little block sitting between your legs. Personally, what I like to do when I'm sitting on the brake run, which I'm pretty stapled usually on Fahrenheit when I'm sitting on the brake run, because I don't really hold it up after that airtime hill, it just comes down. I cross my legs to alleviate some of the stress on my legs. But because there's that block, I can't do that in the front, which does actually really hurt my legs. I don't really know why they put it there, but just want to point that out. But all in all, Fahrenheit, amazing ride. Probably in my top 10, top 15 maybe for me. I've ridden 151 coasters, so it's pretty easy to crack my top 25. That'll be coming out in December, so stay tuned for that. But I really, really love this ride. And that's why, for its final score, I will be giving it a 9. 9 is a very solid score. It is a fantastic ride, Fahrenheit. I love how unique it is. It's one of the most unique coasters out there. There's nothing else really like this ride, which I really, really love about this coaster. So I think that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!